Hi everyone, welcome to Volleyball DNA, where we examine the characteristics that make up some of the most intriguing personalities in the world of volleyball. I'm Anton Rojas.
And I'm Denise Lazaro. The subject for this episode is the epitome of a student athlete. She was the first to graduate Summa Cum Laude from the UP College of Human Kinetics and was the UAAP's Best Blocker in season 76. Currently, she is studying to become a doctor. Let's welcome Kathy Bersola.
Nice shirt, Kathy. Chooks to go.
Hindi sa kanya to, hindi sa kanya to.
Just so we're clear on that.
Hindi sa kanya to.
So you came from orientation?
Yeah, kasi we're starting a new rotation sa Monday. So I just got home kasi last night. Kasi pinol out ulit kami at least for this coming week kasi medyo tumaas ulit yung cases tapos may mga nag-positive sa mga employees. Kaya,
wow.
In PGH? In PGH?
Yeah.
PGH
Yeah,
ka ba ngayon?
Pero pati ata sa Ateneo, as in, kakasabi lang ng friend ko, sila din daw. Like, in general, tumaas daw talaga yung cases.
Oh, wow. That's scary. Okay, being a student athlete, until now, you were a student athlete when you were in UP, and that isn't easy. UP isn't easy, being an athlete isn't easy. And now, you're still a student athlete, being a professional volleyball player, and being in med school. Who does that? You excel in the classroom, being the first summa cum laude of the College of Human Kinetics. And on the court, you excel as well. You perform at a high level. You were crowned as the best blocker in UAAP. What's the secret to being able to balance academics and sports and to do great at the same time?
Ano nga ba? Meron bang secret?
Ang secret sauce mo?
Wala naman. Puro chocolate lang kinakain ko araw-araw. The joke lang. It's more of, really loving what you're doing, even if marami siya. Like, yung buzzword dyan, siguro passion. Kasi lahat ng ginagawa ko, I really want to do them and they're really part of my dreams and goals in life. Tapos siguro malaking factor na rin yung support system and the way na sobrang natutulungan ako ng people around me, especially my family. Like, I don't have to worry much about other things. And I can focus on the things that I'm doing kasi it's not much to worry about. I think that's called privilege and I'm really lucky na ganun yung situation. But yeah, on top of that din naman, it's really all the hard work and sacrifices and really time management para ma-achieve or magawa yung mga gusto kong gawin.
All right, Kathy, you mentioned doing what you love. And most people in life, when they find happiness, it's because they wake up every day to pursue their passion. Once upon a time, Denden wanted to be a doctor. So I'm sure she can relate to what you're going through somehow. Was it your dream as a kid to become a doctor?
Yeah, really, pa lang ako, grade 2 or 3, I think. And pumasok na sa isip ko actually to become a sports doctor talaga that young because of Kobe. Yeah. Kasi when I was a kid, I used to watch NBA games with my brothers. And then the first game I ever watched was a Laker game. Tapos si Kobe lang yung napansin ko. Tapos sobrang na-amaze ako sa kanya. And then I told myself, someday I want to be Kobe's doctor. Doon talaga nag-start and yung idea ng pagiging sports doctor. Tapos syempre, through the years, it evolved na lang. Getting more reasons, getting different motivations to get to that. Pero yeah, nagsimula talaga doon. Funny man, pero yeah, doon talaga.
At an early age, you were already into sports, but not volleyball.
Well, yeah, but yung volleyball, kasi it's always been there naman. Pero never really trained in it until college. Trained competitively.
I just want to go back to what Den said earlier. Na you were the first student athlete from the UP College of Human Kinetics to have graduated summa cum laude. So, like you said, it was your dream to become a doctor and you're the path going towards that. But then you graduate as summa cum laude while being a student athlete playing 5 years in the UAP. That's no joke. What does it mean for you that you were the first to do that? How did you feel when you found out that you were the first?
Oh, actually, sobrang ano siya. Well, not really a surprise kasi I've been vying for it na starting nung na-realize ko na achievable pala siya. Like, I started college na I was thinking na I didn't have to be as grade conscious or like set goals na mag-Latin honors kasi I just wanted to graduate and then go to med school. That's what my mindset was going into college. But then, like, chill lang kasi before that, high school and grade school, I was also laging nasa honor roll and grade conscious talaga yung mindset. And then going to college, I wanted to just, enjoy, have fun, pass, and get to med school and become a doctor. Then, after my first year, first sem, nagulat na lang ako na kaya pala. Kasi mataas yung grades ko, tapos sabi ko, really? Possible pala na nag-university scholar ako first year, first sem. Sabi ko, wow, possible pala. And then I got I got inspired actually by someone who is now one of my close friends and ortho siya ngayon sa PGH. He was also from College of Human Kinetics and 4 years higher than me, Pep Squad, UP Pep Squad. Yung glory days talaga nila. Si Kuya Kiko Cortez. We didn't know each other back in college, but he was 4 years higher than me. So 5th year siya, first year ako. He graduated. I finished first year. And then may tarpaulin siya dun sa labas ng college namin kasi siya, magna cum laude, nakapasok sa UP Med, nag-10 outstanding students of the Philippines for the region. I'm not sure lang din sa nationals. And then, yun, parang sabi ko, wow, possible pala yun. Tapos in my mind, sabi ko, tataasan ko yan pag magsusuma cum laude ako. I told myself that. Alam niya yung story niya, and tinatawanan lang namin yun. And we didn't know each other. And then we eventually met nung nag-med school na ako, tsaka nag-TOSP. Then that's where we became close. So parang, yung tarpaulin niya na yun, kahit hindi ko siya kilala, yun yung naging unang idea ko na pwede pala. So siya talaga. Then nung nangyari na siya, parang hindi ko alam yung na-feel ko. Parang sabi ko, grabe, na-break ko yung stereotype. Pero marami rin naka-break before me. Pero ito kasi, I don't know why it was so different. Kasi I think it was more publicized lang kasi kaya it had an impact kasi na-share siya sa social media and everything. Thanks na rin to the fame of volleyball. And overwhelming siya kasi sobrang daming nagme-message, ang daming nag-tweet, nag-DM kasi they're saying na, wow, ate, I'm so inspired by what you did and I wanna be like you. Parang ang overwhelming, tapos ang sarap sa pakiramdam na parang yun na yung parang mas prize for me na marami ako na-inspire and maraming gustong maka-achieve din ng ganon. And maraming naka-realize na possible pala na mag-balance and magtuloy-tuloy maglaro even if they go to a more busy schedule and more rigorous na training sa college.
I like how she just casually said that I'm just gonna, enjoy college, take it down a notch, but then being blister consistently while playing volleyball. I mean, Kathy, I don't know how you do it. You are a genius. You're crazy. That's what I'm gonna say. You're crazy. But tell us how you started your sports journey, because we know that you got into Taekwondo prior to playing volleyball. You mentioned earlier na college ka na nag-start mag-volleyball. How did this come to be?
Okay. Not many people know this and funny talaga siya if you think about it. But bata pa lang kasi ako, I was really interested in physical activity and my family din naman. They were all into sports but not competitively din. They were all interested. So growing up talaga, I was exposed to that kind of mga, lagi nagba-basketball, nasa labas, naglalaro sa labas. So, yung first ever na summer sports clinics, uso yun, di ba? Nung bata tayo. Mga Milo, gano'n.
Yeah.
The first The first summer clinic I ever joined, I was 6 years old, I think. Was for ice skating.
Wait,
Ice skating, you?
may ganun sa SM, di ba?
SM,
Yeah,
Mega
SM.
Mall.
mall.
Yeah. I was 6, I think. Tapos, I enjoyed it naman. Pero, I didn't see myself. Kasi malayo eh. Taga Paranaque kami. Tapos, Mega Mall. Tapos, if I wanted to continue that, ang hirap. Ang layo.
Mm.
Tapos, so I didn't continue it. So, basic lang natutunan ko doon. And then, the next year, nakakita lang ako ng tarpaulin ng Milo Clinic for Taekwondo. Sobrang random niya. As in, nagda-drive lang kami somewhere. Tapos sabi ko sa mom ko, Mami, sa summer gusto ko mag-taekwondo. Doon, tinuro ko yung tarpaulin. Sabi niya, okay, sige. So, nag-enroll ako that summer sa taekwondo. And then, yun na, parang sabi ko, I like this. And then, feeling ko kasi it's really my competitive nature na nakita ko may ranking siya. You go up every time you improve, ganon. Tapos parang sabi ko, gusto ko maging black belt tulad nila coach, ganyan. So, so the next year, hindi na ako nagpalit. Hindi pala before that, nag-swimming ako, pero I wanted it as a hobby, then something competitive. Then next year, yun na yung taekwondo. Then yun na yung tuloy-tuloy. So, hindi ko lang siya ginawang every summer. As in, regular siya throughout the year. Yung classes nila, weekends, kasi yun nga, puro bata and may pasok. Friday and Saturday, minsan may Wednesday. So, tuloy-tuloy yun until I got to high school. I stopped for a bit nung high school kasi I broke my wrist. Tapos, I went back. Then, tuloy-tuloy yun. Although, nung high school, kasi I was interested na talaga in volleyball. Wait, nagulo ko na yung kwento. But yeah, nung grade school, while I was doing taekwondo, my sister was part of the varsity team ng volleyball sa school namin. Tapos, pag nandito siya sa bahay, and wala silang training, niyaya lang niya ako, gusto mo mag-try, ganyan. So, mag-dig pass lang kami sa labas. Tinuruan niya ako ng basics. And then, biglang sisingit yung mom ko, sabi niya, uy, nag-volleyball din kaya kami nung mga kapatid ko when we were younger. So, nag-UP din kasi yung mom ko. Pero, she played ata sa engineering team. But, yeah, didn't play naman in UAAP. But, she was interested din. And her siblings din, yung mga tita ko. So, they all liked volleyball. And then, my ate also played volleyball. So, parang ako, being a young kid, gusto ko magawa lahat ng kayang gawin ng mom ko. Idol ko kasi mom ko. Gusto ko magawa lahat ng kayang gawin ng ate ko, mga kapatid ko. Kaya interested din ako sa basketball kasi mga kuya ko mahilig mag-basketball. And they always invited me to play with them and their friends dati. Volleyball, interested yung mom ko and ate ko. So, sama ako pag naglalaro yung ate ko and then I watched her dati kapag nagka-training. And then, nagka-opportunity ako makalaro ng grade school sa PE. PE lang. Tapos, mas advanced ako dun sa mga kaklase ko kasi nga natuturuan ako ng ate ko. Like, grade 4 pa lang ako, nag-overhead na ako na serve. Yung mga practical test na paramihan ng mapasok na serve. Tapos yung mga kasama ko, underhand, ganyan. Kaya natuwa sa akin yung PE teacher namin. Although wala kaming program nun for grade school varsity, so I never got to train. Parang PE lang talaga, gano'n. So, may interest talaga in volleyball. Pero I was training in taekwondo. Doon ako nagko-compete, doon ako nag-improve. And then I went to high school. Sumali ako sa varsity actually, Makati Science. So, we know naman na hindi focused masyado sa sports programs, mga science high school. But meron. So, I joined and then I got in first year. We joined a few competitions. Few. When I say few, I mean few. And, hindi naman kami nananalo. And, more of program lang talaga. And then, nagtuloy-tuloy siya. Then, second year nag-start na hinuhugot ako. Makati, ate din, alam mo yan. Makati.
Yes.
Nahuhugot ako for Makati meet. Kasi hindi kami nanalo, so hinuhugot ako nung nananalo. Then we play in Makati meet. Nakakalaban namin CSA. Second year, third year, and fourth year ako. Nakakalaban namin yan. And then, naglalaro ako ng volleyball, but yun nga, mas focused talaga sa studies and mas consistent yung taekwondo kasi regular talaga siya. Yung volleyball, kapag may competition lang, ganyan. And then, yun nga, sobrang na-enjoy ko yung kapag nagko-compete sa high level. Third year ako, first time namin makalaban yung CSA. Tapos nung fourth year ako, huhugutin dapat ako ng CSA for NCR meet. Yan, kasama ko sila Ana dapat, Ana Gotico, sila Gia Morado. Magkakasama dapat kami nun. But then, ito, one of the things that pushed me actually to continue playing was ito. When I was in fourth year, I was training with CSA for I think 2 weeks lang. Kasi in-invite ako ni Coach Vita. Tapos, so sobrang untrained ko, like, as in compared to CSA, yung training na talaga. Then kami, sobrang laro-laro lang kami pag nagka-training, ganyan. I really wasn't conditioned para mag-play with CSA. But I tried it kasi nga in-invite ako ni Coach Vita. First day of training, warm-up pa lang, sumusuka na ako.
Malala ang training sa CSA. Malala.
Alam niya ni Ate Ben. Tapos, so bumalik ako nung next training. Sabi ko, it will get better. Masasanay din ako. But here was the conflict. Fourth year ako graduating. I already knew I was going to UP kasi may UPCAT results na nun. Tapos, I was running for honors. Then the problem was, yung training ng CSA was a bit early compared to our dismissal. I think it was 3 p.m. You have to be there by 2:30. Yung class namin hanggang 5:20. So if I continued training, high school, 7 to 5:20, If I told myself, if I continued training with CSA and playing with them, I'd miss the whole afternoon ng buong fourth quarter. And that would really affect everything. Like, I wanted to graduate, syempre, na tuloy-tuloy na honor student. And then and there, I decided not to continue with it. So, I quit the team. And then, sobrang as in, nagulo yung utak ko nun. Kasi, sobrang tempting. Even if hirap na hirap ako dun sa training, I really wanted to go to palarong pambansa. I wanted to do something in volleyball talaga. And that was the year na nag-champion sila sa yung NCR sa palarong pambansa. And then nag-ASEAN. Sabi ko, nung nalaman ko yun, parang, sayang, makapag-international na sana ako, diba? Kaya kasama ko sila Princess dapat noon. Batchmates kami sa UP, diba? Kaya alam ko, kasi nakwento ni Princess. Sabi niya, sayang, teammates na sana tayo, fourth year pa lang. So anyway, nung nag-decide ako kung mag-stay ako or mag-aaral na lang ng fourth year, kinonsult ko talaga yung mga teammates ko, yung mga close ko na mahilig din talaga mag-volleyball sa Maxwell. And then, sobrang dilemma talaga siya. Kasi gusto ko talaga both. And then, hindi talaga siya possible. Like, no one would let me miss a whole quarter of school, afternoon school, and then still make up for everything and learn talaga. No, that's not possible. So, sinabi ko na lang dun sa teammates ko sa Maxwell, hintayin nyo na lang. Bawi ako, mag-UAAP ako sa college. Pero pabiro ko lang yung sinabi, syempre. Pero, syempre, at the back of my mind, may idea. Although, wala akong idea di ako nanonood ng UAAP. Wala akong alam about college sports. Sinabi ko lang yun kasi to make myself feel better. Kasi nga, nag-quit ako. Tapos nawala na siya sa isip ko. Nawala na talaga siya sa isip ko. Graduate na ako and then preparing for UP. CHK kasi yung college ko. First choice ko siya talaga sa UPCAT. Bachelor of Sports Science. So, ang enrollment kasi summer. Kasi freshman. Tapos ang enrollment namin, syempre, sa college namin. Kasi yun yung home college. Ang home college ng CHK is yung gym. Diba? Saya, diba? Home college namin yung gym mismo. So, I went there sa office. Tapos, fixing requirements and stuff. And then, nung pauwi na kami ng mom ko, going to the parking, nakita ko lang yung volleyball team nag-training. Ay, hindi. Nakita namin yung bulletin board na may bulletin board doon. Tapos may list ng training schedule ng lahat ng varsity teams. Kung sino yung coach, tapos kung anong number ng coach para ma-contact mo if you wanted to try out. So I was talking to my mom, sabi ko, Mommy, what if sumali ako sa team ng college? Sabi niya, ikaw kung gusto mo, okay lang naman, basta maintain mo yung grades mo. Kasi yung mom ko, syempre, medyo gusto niya na okay pa rin lahat with me. magdo-dorm din kasi ako nun kasi malayo. So sabi niya, magdo-dorm ka naman eh. You don't have to travel every day. So kung gusto mo nang sumali ng team, edi okay lang naman. Basta yung promise mo. Yun. Then sabi ko, okay, sige. Pero which team? Kasi I could choose between basketball, taekwondo, and volleyball. Kasi basketball din, I was third year and fourth year high school. Yung first time na nagkaroon kami ng women's basketball sa intrams. MVP ako nun sa basketball and volleyball.
Wow.
High school.
Grabe!
Wow.
Volleyball,
Wow.
taekwondo, and basketball?
Sa school lang
Sa
naman
Makati
namin.
Science ba yan, ha?
School lang naman. Yeah. Yung double, back-to-back MVP for third year and fourth year high school. Made that up. Joke lang. Pero yun nga. So I could choose between the three. Among the three, I mean. So sabi ni mommy, edi mag-try out ka for all of them. Kung then see where you fit in most. So sabi ko, okay, sige. Then pinicturean ko yung yung listahan. Tapos tinanong ko siya, pero which one first? Dami kong tanong no? Which one first? Tapos sabi niya, Tapos tumalikod siya. Nagtatayin na yung volleyball team. Sabi niya, ayan na yung volleyball team mo. Ayun si coach. Tapos hindi sila yung coach niya na gusto mo kausapin na. So, by chance lang talaga siya na sila yung una naming nakita and sila yung una naming nakausap. So, ninapitan namin sila Coach Ivan and Coach Jarrod. And then, ang sabi sa akin ni Coach Ivan was, since upcut passer ako, I could train with the team without any problem. Na as in, kasi pasok na ako, I don't have to go through tryouts talaga. Kasi I'm already enrolled in the school. So sabi niya, you could continue training with the team any way you want, but that's no guarantee na makakalaro ka sa leagues or magkaka-scholarship ka kagad. Kasi sa amin, magkaka-scholarship ka kapag na-line up ka sa UAAP. So hindi ako scholar first year, first time. So ayun, that's the next day. Ayun, sabi niya, balik ka tomorrow ng nakapang training na attire and let's see where this goes. So yun. And then ang dami, sobrang dami naming rookies nun. 9 kami in total na
9?
nakapasok.
I thought it was 7. 9 pala.
7 kami sa lineup. 7 sa lineup. Pero
okay.
Basta 9 kami in total.
Wow.
So you were a lot in the team.
Yeah, marami talaga. Tapos yun pa yung time na nandun pa yung maraming seniors din. Sila Ate South, sila Ate Pao. Marami talaga kami. Si Ate Joyce.
Wow.
Sobrang dami namin sa team.
Kathy, just out of curiosity, ano yung na-reach mo na belt sa Taekwondo?
Oh, I got first dan black belt right before.
So you really did reach, you really did get the black belt. Wow. Don't mess with this girl.
When Kathy sets her mind onto something, she's gonna go for it.
Tsaka guys, tignan nyo si Kathy. Pinili niya yung studies kesa sa volleyball. That's why she's the epitome of a student athlete because student comes first.
Yung funny yung sa Taekwondo kasi as in yung summer na yon, di ba parang May ata ako nag-enroll noon. 2 weeks, the 1 week before lang, it was my very last competition sa Taekwondo. And 2 weeks before that, a month ata or 2 before that, yun yung promotion test ko for black belt. Tapos nung last competition ko sa Taekwondo, a week before trying out for volleyball, I was also getting recruited for Taekwondo. Nung competition na yun.
Okay, wait. Let me get this straight. So Kathy Bersola is a black belt in Taekwondo, a back-to-back MVP in basketball, and a best blocker in volleyball?
And Summa Cum Laude.
Yeah, how?
Kathy, paano?
Thank you na lang po. Thank God na lang for my physical attributes siguro.
What?
God has blessed you with so much, Kathy.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, you mentioned in your rookie year, 9 kayo na rookies. During your rookie year, somewhat it was a baptism of fire, and it was a very young team. Much. Yet you were the leading scorer for the team at that time.
Really? I didn't know that.
You were.
Well, according to our stats expert, Anton.
You were. Not
what
bad
was
for
the,
somebody who just went in.
yeah, totoo.
That was only my
Undecided
second
ka.
league with the team. That was only my second league with the team.
Wow. What was the first year for you like playing at a high level of volleyball?
It was surreal. As in, kasi wala naman talaga akong dream. Like, many athletes have it in their minds na early on in their lives na I want to play in the UAAP, I want to turn pro in this sport because that's what I've been doing my whole life. But for me, it was never like that. I was never in the plan. As in, it just happened talaga. Then, I never thought na malaline up ako nung first year ako. Kasi nga, first of all, 9 kami na rookies. Ang daming seniors. When I came in, I think there were 7 or 8 na middles. And kung irarank mo kami talaga, pagpasok ko I was number 8. I would have been number 8 last choice. Kasi coming in, ako yung pinaka walang experience, mababa yung skills. Ako yung pinaka matangkad, pero ay hindi, may mas matangkad para sa akin isa si Ate El. But skill-wise, ako talaga yung pinaka mababa. As in, I didn't even know, nung nag-tryout ako, I didn't even know what a quick was. I didn't even know what you called plays. Seriously, wala talaga akong alam. And
Wow.
sobrang ano lang talaga siya. Mabilis. Like, my coaches said na ang bilis ko daw natuto. And at first, sabi ni coach actually at first, he didn't think na I would improve that fast kasi nung nag-start ako training with them, I was stiff as in fighter taekwondo so medyo stiff, hindi pulido yung movement sa volleyball. And I really had so much to catch up on pa with everyone. Sabi niya talaga, akala niya, I would have been part of Team B forever, gano'n. He told me that, close kasi kami ni Coach Ivan, he told me that years later. Sabi niya, nung first year ka, akala ko talaga, matangkad ka lang, gano'n. Sabi niya yun sa akin. And then, 8 kami na middles. I was number 8. If I rank myself talaga, sobrang wala talaga. Like, everyone was, ang galing. Tapos, females ko pa sila Nicole, sila Princess. Mga may pangalan na talaga, high school pa lang. Then, kasi hindi ako nalaline up for the minor leagues na sinasalihan ng team. Ateneo Open, ganon. Hindi ako nalaline up. Kasi nga, I was still learning. But I was always there. I was watching games, ganyan. First time ko ma-line up, uni games. Kasi hindi ako first 6. Nung time na yun, I knew naman na I was improving na and my coaches knew it too. So, nasabihan na ako na may chance na ma-line up ako sa UAAP. But yun, uni games muna. So, yun yung first talaga na real competition na nasalihan ko. And then, some things happened, lineup-wise. Basta, marami nangyari sa team namin nung year na yun, sa seniors. And then, I ended up being on the first 6 dahil sa technicality. 4 kami na middle sa lineup. I was number 3 or 4. Tapos, there was something that happened. Then, napunta ako sa first 6. Ano na yun patapos na yung uni games, lang nalaman na mangyayari yun. Sabi lang ako, first 6 na ako sa UAAP. Why? How did that happen? Ganun.
That's why we said it was a baptism of fire.
Yeah, really. Literally, for me. So parang, nakadalawa lang siguro ako na game sa uni games na ako yung first 6. Kasi nga, late na talaga siya na nangyari. Tapos, di ba uni games, parang a few weeks lang yung dati nung iba pa yung schedule. A few weeks lang yung from UAAP. So, ayun, first game namin, UE yung kalaban. And I knew we were coming from 0-14, but none of that mattered to me. As in, nung time na yun, wala akong pake sa panalo, wala akong pake sa kung ano mangyari sa game. Sobrang amazed lang ako na naandun ako. How did I get here? Why am I here? What's happening? Ba't may TV dito? Bakit may camera people? Ganon. As in, wala talaga sa isip ko yung panalo, yung laro mismo. Ang nasa akin was to have fun, enjoy this, like, take it all in. Kasi first time ko talagang ma-experience yun. UE kalaban namin noon, alam kong number 7 sila, tapos 8 kami. Sinalo kami. So parang first game ko ever in the UAP was a win. That I can say. 5 sets pa, nag-5 sets pa. So parang ako, pagod na pagod ako ng game na yun, hindi ko alam na ganun pala yung feeling. Basta sobrang, wala siya sa isip ko yung manalo. Yung feeling talaga of being there and achieving a dream I never even knew I had. Ganun yung, hindi ko rin ma-explain eh. Basta, surreal siya. Sobrang, didn't even know I didn't even realize I was doing good. Kasi I was just enjoying everything talaga buong first year ko. Kaya di ko nga alam na, yung sinasabi nyo kanina na top scorer pala ako ng team. I didn't know that. I was just
you were. You know what, Kathy? You have such a good memory because you remember these things. You remember that you saw the tarpaulin. You remember that you saw the bulletin board and all of that. You remember it was UE. You remember it was 5 sets. Okay. Season 76, you were the best blocker. And I'm looking at the list of the players that you beat for that award. Jen Kasugod, who was super tall from FEU. Mika Reyes, Mylene Paat, and Abby Maraño. Isipin mo, a sophomore beat out those big names for the best blocker award.
76. Denden and Jaja were there.
Oh, that's right. They're in the top 10. They're in the top 10.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Amy Ahumiro, number 8. Jaja was number 9. Denden was number 10. So imagine a sophomore, Kathy Bersola beat out those names. So since you have a good memory, Kathy, let's test that memory. What were your most memorable blocks throughout your career? Like let's say na block mo ba si Eliza or like
career or nung year lang?
UAP, like the whole career. Most memorable blocks. May mga hindi kasi as a blocker, di ba? That feels good. Or even in the PVL, like as a blocker, there must be a feeling of satisfaction when you come up with a big defensive play like that.
Madami. Pero nung madami akong naaalala, but siguro yung favorite ko, I think that was season 7, nung last playing year ko na.
Okay.
We were going up against NU.
Okay.
Tapos, pick si Jaja nun eh. Na as in, tunog na ng name niya. And best attacker yata siya nun. 79. Last playing year ko. Tapos, we were coming from a medyo bad run. We started with a good run, then it became a bad run. Tapos, we were just struggling, like kailangan, like nung time na yon, we needed to win or we wouldn't end up in the final 4 talaga. As in, last few games na yon ng second round and we really needed to win. And you also needed to win. So, and nung time na yon, struggling talaga yung team, both emotionally and sa games talaga. So, kami nila Nicole, take over, seniors, take over tayo. Kailangan natin, task na natin to, kailangan natin manalo. So parang ako, mindset ko talaga was, I gotta be at my best. We need to win, they need me, and I want to win. So nung game na yon, si Jaja, sobrang alam ko magaling siyang attacker. She's really tall, way taller than me, and there has to be something special about my blocking for me to block her. So that game, I got 8 blocks.
Wow.
Against NU. Tapos marami akong blocks kay Jaja. I think I limited her to less than 15 points.
Wow, what a memory.
Compared
she knows.
Puro kasi siya, nung season na yun, sobrang mga 20s talaga, madalas yung, and kasi malaking porsyento talaga ng plays nila revolve around her. So I really studied her. I changed my timing. Like, tinaturn ko sa kanya yung timing ko. Okay. And we won that game. 8 blocks. So, naalala ko talaga yun.
Was that your career high? Was that your career high? 8 blocks?
Number of blocks. Yeah. Yes. I think that happened 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
So, in the PVL ended. Then yung sa PVL, yung yung sa import ng Petrogas. I really remember that kasi I was the first one who got to block her.
Was this Wilma Salas?
Yes.
She was good. She was really
Oh
good.
yeah.
Si Wilma
That's why they
Salas.
won.
Both of their reinforcements were good. Basta ang naalala ko lang noon was that buong first round, walang naka-block sa kanya. And then, ako yung first na naka-block sa kanya. Parang, wow, nangyari pala yun. I didn't even know that it happened until sinabi sa akin. And narinig ko rin sa, kung sino man yung commentator. Parang, cool. Wala lang.
Okay.
Yun yung pinaka-naalala ko.
Speaking of, blocks, good blocks, tough blocks, me and Anton have a knack for, asking players, like, dream team nila, favorite players nila. We even asked Abby, sino yung nightmare team niya. For you naman, we want to ask, who are your favorite middle blockers of all time? Maybe
All time.
women, men, UAAP,
Hala.
PBL.
Hala. Actually, di ko alam sagot dyan. Di ko alam sagot dyan. Ano ba? Wala akong maisip. Wait lang.
That says a lot, though. That says a lot about your focus. Like, you're only focusing on improving yourself. But
Yeah.
then you did study Jaja. You did study Jaja. So baka may ibang
I
mga...
study everyone.
Oh,
I study everyone.
wow.
He has to.
Wow, that's crazy.
I study everyone.
Your mind is wild, Gabi. Grabe.
Her mind goes at like 0 to 1,000.
Study everybody. Wow.
Yeah, seriously. She does
Imagine
see
how
me
much
in-
she
she does
studies
see my
in a day.
notes.
She studies
Yeah.
like her notes sa school, and then she studies her notes sa games pa.
Sige.
Dedication.
Let's tweak the question. Who are the middle blockers that you look forward to going up against? Like, when you know you're going to match up against this opposing team's middle blocker, you're like, okay, it's going to be a tough competitive game.
Pwede.
Yeah.
Pwede yan. Of course, kasi sa PVL na lang ngayon. Tagal na kasi ng UAAP eh. Di ba?
Grabe, ha?
Tagal ng UAAP eh. In PVL siguro, kasi the past few years in PVL, all I really wanted to do was to win a championship. As in, feeling ko yun na yung yun na lang yung thing na gusto kong ma-achieve sa volleyball. And then maybe I can live in peace and
Wow.
and
Grabe,
focus
live
on
in peace.
school. Hindi kasi talaga, as in, ang hirap sa totoo lang, mahirap talaga na pagsabayin. But I really can't get myself to leave kasi hindi pa kami nag-champion. So, the past few years in PBL, I really focused on being the best, being so good that I could help my team win. As in, yun talaga yung gusto kong mangyari. So, with that, parang nahihila ko rin yung sarili ko to improve and improve. And then, I find myself na nasa best middles ng PVL. So, I look forward lagi sa mga kasama ko doon.
Okay.
Yung circle na kasama ko doon. Sila Pangs, Cherry, sila Maddie. Yun. So, yung mga pangalan na nasa top list na yun, every time I go up against them, secret man, joke lang. Sobrang competitive ko kasi na
Yeah.
in my mind, lagi ko sinasabi sa sarili ko na when we come out of this game, I have to show myself, to show to myself that na-achieve ko yung goal ko, to keep improving and to show that I'm
Style mo ata, Kathy, ganito eh. Tinitignan mo, I'm here.
Actually, may ganyan ako. Sobrang competitive ko talaga, promise.
And you know what? You know what's admirable is that you don't really compare yourself to other players. Na kailangan higitan ko tong player na to. It's just really focusing on yourself, on how you can improve and setting a goal for yourself to improve. And that's like what it's all about, really.
Yeah, from the start, it's been like that for me.
Let's talk about your third year in the UAAP. You were actually getting really good, like year by year. But on your third year, you unexpectedly and unfortunately tore your ACL on your left knee. Is that right? Left knee.
Mm-hmm.
What did you learn from that experience, and what advice can you, give fellow athletes that are going through the same thing?
I learned a lot. So much. Siguro, one of the things I learned was that I really wanted to become an orthosurgeon. Yun. One of the first things that I realized na this is it for me. Ganon. Tapos, on top of that, parang sa totoo lang, honestly, I was devastated talaga nung nangyari yon. Like, the moment it happened, I knew na I was gonna be out. Tapos, naka-look back talaga ako sa previous round na sobrang confident ko. Like, going into season 77, I was super confident. Like, I never say that about myself. Pero nung 77 talaga, masasabi ko na confident ako coming from a best blocker year. Yung mga off-season leagues namin, may awards din ako, and then we were winning. Like, we were starting to win, I mean. So, going into season 77, sabi ko sa sarili ko na if I did it last year, why not this year? And with that, and ano rin, maganda yung composition ng team namin. No? Nadagdagan kami ng bagong setter na match kami, and nag-i-improve yung attacks ko with her. So parang nung first round talaga, I really felt confident, and we were actually part of the top 4 by the end of the first round. So parang ito na yun, like malapit na, pwede natin talagang ma-achieve this year. Yun talaga yung mindset ko nung 77. Pwede na. Tapos nangyari yung injury na parang sobrang like, why now? Why did it happen? Why now? Sobrang devastated ko noon to the point na actually, good thing nung time na was there was a break. Kasi last game yun ng first round. Tapos nag-break kasi dumating si Pope. Naalala ko talaga ito. Dumating si Pope. So nagka 2-week break.
Your memory, Kathy.
It's so sharp. I mean, the small details.
Dumating si Pope. So may 2-week break between first round and second round. Na-operahan na ako within that time period. And then, nagka-time ako mag-reflect. So, ayun, I limited myself to less than a week of feeling sad. Sabi ko talaga, hanggang dito lang. After nito, focus na ako sa recovery. And so first game back ng second round, I was there. And everyone was surprised na parang, it was the same place where I got injured sa MOA. First time namin maglaro sa MOA nung na-injure ako. Parang first game ng second round, MOA ulit. And then parang mga tao, ba't ka nandito? Parang you just got injured and hindi ka ba parang naka-flashback or parang di ba weird yung feelings for you? Sabi ko, no, not really. I want to be here for my teammates and they need me to be here. So, I'm here. So, first game after my injury, nandun talaga ako for my teammates. Naka-clutches pa ako nun. Tapos every game, andun ako, every game. Minsan, pag training, andun din ako. Then, dun yung buong period na yun na rehab, dun ko talaga in-embody yung discipline and focus sa gusto kong mangyari. Sobrang, I was in Moro. Sa Moro ako nag-rehab nun. And alam yan ng mga PTs doon na ako lagi nagsasala ng Moro. Ganun. I'm there very long hours. Lalo na nung last few months na nakakapag-drills na ako. Sobrang sipag ko noon. I never missed a day. Wala. As in, lagi ako may extras. Sobrang dun ko talaga binuhos lahat. And I really wanted to come back better than I was before and to prove that injuries don't necessarily have to hold you back. Kasi ang dami nagsasabi nun na pag na-ACL ka, pagbalik mo, you won't be as good as you were before or you can't go back to the way you were before. And I told myself, no, I won't be like the way I was before. I would be better. And I have a new knee, so I will be much better. Doon talaga, as in, beast mode ako sa buhat. Sobrang, sa buong rehab, beast mode talaga. Bahay ko na yung Moro nun, yun ang masasabi ko. So the biggest lessons I learned talaga were, these things that happen to you, you can turn them into blessings in disguise. I actually came back feeling much better, feeling like I was brand new. fresh legs, fresh knees. Kasi may mga overuse injuries din ako sa knees before that happened. So parang laging may chronic pain ako sa knees. So when I got into rehab, naayos yung lahat. Bumalik ako after that feeling brand new. And sumali kami ng 3 weeks after I got cleared to play. Nag-Shakey's B-League kami. Tapos parang lahat ng teammates ko were surprised na game agad ako. Like the day I got cleared to play, I was in training. As in, na-clear ako mga 4 or 5 p.m. Nagulat yung teammates ko, dumating ako. Oh, ate, ba't ka nandito? Sabi ko, cleared na ako, pwede na ako mag-training. Tapos nag-training ako that same night.
Wow.
That's sila, ate, wait lang, chill ka lang. Baka hindi, okay lang. So parang surprised sila kasi yung psychologically, I was perfectly fine. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't scared about getting injured again or like anything. Kasi that's one big problem that people who come from injuries face. Coming back, like the fear talaga and yun. But I didn't feel any of that coming back kasi I trusted myself enough. I trusted the process enough to know na okay na ako. And yun. If you just have when for the people who are going through injuries like this, long rehab and then babalik ka, you just have to really focus on the rehab. Don't think about what you could have done if hindi ka na injured. What could have happened kung hindi ka na injured? Don't think about that. It's all in the past. Just treat it as charge it to experience and then tell yourself that you can come back and focus on how you will get there talaga. Sobrang nung nag-rehab ako, ito lang talaga. Until mangyari na siya. And actually, yung Shakey's B-League na yun was one of the memorable leagues then for me. Kasi kakabalik ko lang 3 weeks from getting cleared and I felt like I did great that season for SVL. It was the one right before UAAP. Nag-best blocker ako noon, kakabalik ko pa lang from injury. Tapos, ginawa akong team captain ni Coach Jerry.
What? Yeah.
What? Pero yun, parang doon ko na-realize na pwede and this is our time talaga. Na parang, yun na yun. Parang, just
Grabe.
You have to go through it.
Kasi bagay ka talaga kay Kobe Bryant. You have that Mamba mentality with your approach in life talaga. Yeah. There you go. Kathy, earlier you mentioned being an orthopedic surgeon. So is that what you're studying to become?
Yeah. But for yung program ko now is general pa. Specialized after I graduate.
Wow. Imagine that. Kathy Bersola reconstructing a knee. if ever. Okay, tell us what it's like to be a med student nowadays. I know Dan went through that for a time, but maybe it's different now. What's it like?
Oh, it's completely different, especially with the pandemic. It's so difficult to try and learn in this environment na online. Although kami kasi nakapag face-to-face na kami nitong 2021 kasi clerks na kami, fourth year med students. So parang junior interns. So nag-duties na talaga kami sa hospital. Dapat. So we went through the whole first sem na online. Na dapat nasa hospital na kami. So parang imagine na lang na how can you translate something you should be doing hands-on into something online na you're not even seeing patients, you're not even in the hospital mismo. So how are you gonna learn what you're supposed to learn ng ganon? So sobrang hirap niya kasi we just have to try and find ways to learn what we're supposed to learn, and then ang daming paperwork, ang daming online, yung mga ganito, mga Zoom lectures, parang iba siya sobrang iba yung ibang level ng training. Yung nakaharap ka lang sa screen buong araw, wala kang kasamang classmates, sa bahay ka lang. Tapos wala pang volleyball, wala pang training. That's really one of the things na nahirapan ako this school year. Kasi sanay ako sanay ako na right after school, diretso akong training. Pag weekends, may mga laro. Sobrang, parang alam mo yung na-shatter yung buong yung buong, parang, di naman identity, pero parang yung buong image ko on life. Ganon. Sobrang na-shatter siya. And I didn't know how to continue studying like that. Pero I couldn't say na ganun din for everyone, but I know a lot of my friends in med school, my batchmates, na sobrang demotivated talaga dahil sa mga nangyayari and nahihirapan mag-aaral in this environment. But yun nga, kung hindi pandemic, I think same pa rin naman siya. Ate Den, same pa rin naman siya. Marami pa rin inaaral. Ganito pa rin kakapal yung mga binabasa.
Ganito pa rin kakapal. Ganito kakapal in just a week.
Yes.
Well,
Pero,
Kathy, you're still in school, still studying. That keeps you busy now. And the PBL season is, I hope that it's gonna be very, very soon. Will we be seeing you in the PBL bubble?
That is a very hard question to answer. One that I don't even know the answer to. But yeah, I'm still with Perlas naman. I'm still with Perlas. I'm still training, continuously training ngayon. And I'm gonna continue training and in the hopes na sumakto yung bubble sa pwede ako. If pwede ako, and then go. If not, and then edi condition pa rin ako. Pero yeah, I'm really hoping na first heard here. I'm really hoping that I can still play this coming season. Sana.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure your fans and all of us, the entire volleyball community, would love to see you play. But I mean, if the schedules don't fall into place, if they don't accommodate your studies and the PVL bubble, we understand, because we know that you are somebody who's student first before athlete, and that's one thing we admire about you. But whatever happens, Kathy, we want to talk about the PVL kasi nga sinabi mo na the goal, unfinished business for you. If you want to walk away from volleyball and be at peace with yourself, you want to win a championship. And the closest you've ever been to winning a PVL championship was when you made it to the semis in the 2018, was it Open Conference?
Yeah, Open.
Open Conference against Ateneo Motolite. You guys won the first game. It was 5 sets, and you actually averaged 12.7 points per match during that 3-match series, and you played really well. But let's talk about that series, because that Ateneo Motolite team, they just joined, and Coach Oliver was the new coach of the Ateneo team. Like, why was it so tough to deal with those kids?
These kids.
Yeah. Damn these kids. I could have been in the finals.
Don't remind me. The joke lang. Actually, yung series, kasi kakabalik ko lang din doon. Actually, took a break nung 2018 reinforced. I wasn't there. I didn't play that time. Na-injure yung knee ko ulit. And I focused on school. Then, bumalik ako nung Open Conference. Tapos, yun, Ateneo Motolite, they never beat us before that semifinals series. As in, nagkaroon kami ng, I think, 3 exhibition games sa ibang places, mga out of Manila na exhibition games. Before PVL, may mga ganun before. They never beat us. They never got close. In our elimination matches, they didn't beat us. And we felt like really got their number. So going into semis, sabi namin, kaya natin to. If they haven't beat us yet, why should we let them beat us now? And second year na namin yan in the league. We were older than them, seniors kami. So parang sa isip talaga namin, like, these kids shouldn't beat us. Yun talaga. Tapos maraming Ateneo sa team namin, di ba? So parang sila, hey, tayo yan. Mga bata pa yan, kaya natin yan. So, I'm not saying naman that we were complacent. I'm not saying that we didn't prepare for them as much as we would for any other team. But yun yung mindset namin na amin yun, kaya namin yun. And I don't know what the heck happened. Game 3.
That was a crazy series.
Sobrang daming nangyari nun. As in yung 5th set, nag-extend palagi.
Grabe yun. I was watching that. Like, woo!
Sobrang crazy nung series na yun. Na as in, nung nag-end siya, parang yung feeling na tapos na, grabe, ang tagal nun. Pero nung game 3 na yun, I really thought we were gonna win. As in, ang daming opportunity na match point na kami.
Yeah.
O kaya, actually, hindi dapat inaabot ng 5th set eh. Hindi dapat inaabot ng 5th set. We were great ng first 2 sets. Then 3rd set medyo bumaba, and then 4th set we were gonna win that. Then 5th set, kami yung naghahabol. Kami na yung naghahabol ng 5th set. As in, I think 6 or 7 points ahead sila. I think nasa 13 na sila, kami single digit pa lang. Tapos sobrang in my mind, medyo overdrive na parang, nasa labas ako nun. Nasa likod pa ako. So sabi ko talaga sa sarili ko, pagpasok ko, promise, I'm gonna make a difference. Mananalo kami, hahabol kami pagpasok ko. Sabihin ko talaga kay Ate Jem, bigay mo sa akin, Ate Jem. Kasi ganun yung isip ko talaga. Anytime na papasok ako sa harap, gusto ko talaga na, ito, kailangan humabol kami. And it did happen. Like, I think I saved 2 match points while I was in front. Tapos, crazy, isang regalo, isang service ace. Parang, nag-service ace ako sa sa yung score namin was I think 16-15. And then 15 all, tapos nag-16-15. Parang, and then naka-score sila, so lumabas ulit ako. Parang, oh no, there's nothing I can do. Sana makaikot pa ulit ako. Ganun na lang yung feeling ko. Parang, please, di ba ganun pa rin. Please, sana makaikot pa ako. Tapos, ayun, biglang nag-end. Parang, after that, lahat kami, hindi makapaniwala na natalo kami. Parang, this was it. This was supposed to be it. Parang, Pero, tagal namin nag-move on from that. Totoo lang. If you ask my teammates, ang tagal namin nag-move on from that. And, yun, like, syempre, you know naman how Ate Cha eventually gets us back in it. You know how she talks. So, afterwards, parang, okay, sige. Move on. Next year, ito na yun. Next year talaga, promise. Lahat kami next year talaga, promise. Hindi pa rin nangyari, pero...
We talked to Nicole about your PVL campaign with Bangko, and you just can't seem to break into the finals. What will it take for the team, for Bangko, to finally break into the finals and win a championship in the PVL?
Ano na ba? 5th year? Yeah, 5th year na namin in the PVL and as a team. And generally intact pa naman yung core namin from the start. No, we're still here. Wala naman masyadong umalis. And I think we just have to fill in our gaps. Kasi if you look at the other teams, mas kumpleto sila. I mean, parang piece by piece, mas puno nila yung gaps. And kami, meron pa kaming mga butas na kailangan naming punuan. But I think naman this coming season, we got some new players and hopefully mag-gel agad and mapunuan nga yung mga butas na sinasabi natin. And yun lang, kasi it's always been the same mentality. It's always been the same relationships within us sa team. And yun talaga yung, I think the last step is to just fill in those gaps and, finally, we will eventually. I hope.
Okay. Kathy, I have a fun question. Since sabi mo nga, you want to fill in the gaps. Let's just say you could draft any player to join Bangko Perlas. Kahit sino, kahit nasa Creamline, kahit nasa Chocomucho. If you could pick up any player and put that player in Bangko Perlas, who would that player be? For you personally, na baka may player dyan na you've always wanted to play with, like as a teammate. Like, who would you put?
This is I'm not saying na ito yung butas namin. I'm not saying
Yeah.
ito yung kailangan punuan sa team. Pero ito yung dream ko talagang
Yan. Sige.
Naging teammate siguro. Gia. Dream teammate ko si Gia talaga.
Oh, okay.
I love Ate Jem, pero dream teammate ko talaga si Gia.
For you to have like an effective middle blocker, you need to have a setter that can complement you.
And the setter that will listen, like when Kathy says, bigay mo sa akin. Binigay talaga ni Jem.
Yeah, I love Ate Jem, pero matagal ko nang naisip ko, like, high school pa lang, sabi ko, galing ni Gia? Bakit ang galing ni Gia? And seeing how she really uses her middles and helps them improve talaga. Parang, wow. Si Gia kasi, I got to play with her once. And nung nag-rehab ako for ACL, siya yung kasabayan ko. So, nung nagda-dress na kami, siya yung nagsiset for me.
Okay.
Pag nagda-dress kami sa mall, parang, ang sarap maging setter si Gia. You know? Pero,
nice.
if yung sa butas talaga, kulang kasi kami ng middle. So, I think perfect na yung pumuno sa amin, si Cherry Nunag.
Okay.
Perfect na yun.
That's a good addition to your team.
Nice.
Cassie, you're an overachiever. Let's just get it out there. You're an overachiever. I mean, when you set your mind onto something, you just go for it. Full steam ahead. And I really admire how you, up until now, you juggle being a professional volleyball player and med school at that. That's like so tough, to say the least. I mean, it's insane. But you're a huge inspiration for a lot of student athletes. So I just want to ask, what message can you share to your fellow student athletes, especially during this time?
It's different talaga in this time, as in it's really hard to find motivation to continue doing something na you don't even know when you're gonna get to do it again, right? Hindi natin alam kung kailan mag-UAAP ulit, kung kailan pwede na maglaro ulit. So it's hard to continue training, hard to keep studying kung hindi mo naman alam kung kailan matutuloy lahat. So I think what I just wanna tell these student athletes is to just just try to find it within yourself to continue and trust that someday it will happen. It will happen for you. And what you really need is to just try. That's what you can do right now. Try and continue. And, just find comfort in knowing that you're not alone. That everyone is feeling this. All student athletes, everyone in the Philippines is ganyan ang feeling na yon, na anxious talaga and hindi alam yung mga mangyayari. But we have to continue with our lives no matter what. And, if it's your job to continue studying, continue training the way your coaches tell you, kahit online, you have to do it. You owe it to yourself kasi you love what you're doing. And you owe it to your community, your school, because they trust you to continue doing these things. And, just put in the work and keep the faith. We will all get there soon.
You know what, then after hearing Kathy's story, Kathy, I'm rooting for you. I want you to win that championship.
Yeah.
I want you to win that championship.
I don't know about that championship, though.
I'm sorry, then.
I'm rooting for Kathy, but I just don't know about that championship.
Man, it's tough. I mean, after listening to Kathy's story, parang, man.
Sige na ate Deb, last na. Sige na ate Deb, last na. Sige na ako. Para makaalis na ako in peace, tapos babalik ako.
Magkita na lang tayo sa bubble, Kathy.
Dadalhan na lang kita ate ng nung mga ganun kakapal na readings. Sa may mga mag-aaral.
Okay lang ako.
Kathy, thank you so much. This was such a fun episode. And I'm sure everybody watching learned a lot. And thank you for being a role model and the epitome of what a student athlete should be.
Thank you then for having me here. It was fun. Reminiscing.
Thank you so much, Kathy. And to everyone watching, thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for watching Volleyball DNA. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to get notified for future episodes and interview highlights.
And while you're at it, head over to our Facebook page by clicking on the link in the description.